My God, these lights in here right now. You guys should feel special. We don't turn the lights up this bright for just anybody.
Oh, yeah?
We normally like to lurk in the shadows.
Right.
And also try to keep the imperfections visible to a minimum.
Yeah, which is hard.
Please welcome to the studio, ladies and gentlemen, Rhett and Link are here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Rhett
us.
and Link. You guys
so bright in here.
You guys are a big deal.
In
It's
some
true.
circles, in some twisted circles, yes.
No, it's crazy.
I've told my mom that.
No, it really is impressive, man. I mean, there are a ton of people out there who are trying to do the YouTube thing. They're trying to be some, Vine star or internet sensation.
Not anymore. Not Vine anymore.
Well, not Vine, but people are out there trying to do what you guys do, and there's a lot of them, and a lot of them stink.
Yeah. And they need to stop. They need to stop because we got in really early. We got in 10 years ago. I think that was the key. Getting in early.
Yeah.
And so all these kids who are trying to get in now, you guys need to hold back.
Just quit.
We don't need the competition.
Yeah, no game.
No, because you guys are killing it. All right, so for those of you who don't know Rhett and Link, so they have this show, actually a few different shows. You're here to talk about a new show today, but the one that Ravy watches on the daily is Good Mythical Morning.
That's my fave.
Oh, great.
I love it. Will it candy? Will it ice cream sandwich? Will it? It's so funny.
Yeah, we do one of those a month, and I usually get sick, and for some reason, people want to click on that.
Oh, no, we straight up seen you vomit on Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, into his custom barf bucket that was sent in by a fan.
Good thing you guys have those.
It's like a good ab workout. You should see my abs.
So tight.
I'm not going to show them to you.
Most tight. So six-packed.
Because you guys do the show every day, and it's like 3.5 billion views in total. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we put up a video. What does it see as? 3,000, maybe 3,000 views.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And we think we're pretty funny.
We've only had one hit in our entire career.
That's it.
It was 650 million views.
Yeah, we are the LaBouche of
Yeah.
radio videos on YouTube.
Yeah, we're a
that's
one-hit
it.
wonder.
Be my lover, and that was it.
But you still have a little self-respect left because this is what happens. After doing 1,000 episodes of Good Mythical Morning, we have basically just become feeders of exactly what people on the internet want to them. And that turns out to be us eating the testicles of different animals and then vomiting them back into a bucket.
Yeah.
Or bathing in stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what are we going to bathe in next?
Right. Yeah.
Cereal, soup, ranch dressing.
Well,
It's not easy to make a vat full of ranch dressing that
No.
2 grown men can bathe in.
well, like Ravy just mentioned, one of the staples of Rhett and Link is this will it whatever, fill in the blank. Will it sandwich, will it candy?
Right.
So, like, what is the one that just went absolutely sideways? The one that that we never even saw because it just never panned out.
Well, the worse it gets, the more we're like, oh, this is going to get the views,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like the
that
ones that
doesn't
you don't
exist.
see are boring. It's
All right,
like,
well, what's the one that you never aired or never put up on YouTube?
Well,
we haven't had a will it that never made it. Like when we put ourselves through that much physical punishment, it finds its way onto.
oh,
the
you're going to
internet.
see it. When I eat pig brains on a pizza, and if I do that, it's going on the internet. I'm not going to not show that to anyone.
So what's the best one then?
What's your favorite? Will it?
Well, I'd say the one that I thought was going to be horrible, so I prepared myself for it, and it actually wasn't that bad, was cod sperm.
Oh, my
Which is the sperm of a codfish.
Yeah.
I picked up on that.
And it's unlike anything you've ever seen
What did we
or
put that
tasted.
on?
We put it into a dumpling.
A cod sperm dumpling?
Yeah.
That is so funny. I mean, because like pig anus, scorpion, whatever. So that's the worst thing you ever ate.
That was the most unexpectedly not bad thing.
Oh,
but,
not bad.
You can play a pig anus like a flute. That's what I learned. It's got a flute orientation to it.
Oh, actually, it turns out that liver, for me, anything with a lot of like blood in it, like we've had like congealed pork blood in a taco, like that's. But you can get this. People actually eat it.
Yeah,
And
I believe
legitimately
it.
like
I
it.
Yeah.
love it.
No, I believe it. What's that one thing, Menace? Like it's a Filipino thing?
Oh, that I fainted
Balut?
on? Balut, yeah.
Ugh.
I
Oh,
took
you
one
guys
bite
tried
and
that?
fainted. I woke up on the floor.
Have you
That's
guys-
like the
Yeah.
buried the duck
Duck.
the
Yeah,
duck
yeah,
embryo that
Right.
they it's like
Yeah, but
100 days old.
people love it, but I'm good. No, thank
Red,
you.
what did you discover you're allergic to? Is it syrup?
Yeah, I'm allergic to
Yeah.
maple syrup. Yeah, we played a game on the show. We had the girls from Dirty 30, the movie on, Grace, Hannah, and Mamrie, and we were playing a game that was like dirty themed or 30 themed. And so if you got a question wrong, you got something dumped on you. And I got, along with manure, I got just maple syrup dumped on me. And then as we're like bathing me off after the thing, every place the maple syrup touched me was just bright red. I've been eating it for years.
Yeah, it's like
I'm definitely allergic to it.
It took his shirt off and it was like he had been burned with like lava.
Wow.
Like had this kind of pattern to it, like this maple syrupy porridge pattern.
That's
like,
crazy.
wow.
So you can eat it, but it just can't touch your skin?
Well, maybe I shouldn't be eating it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but
I haven't eaten it since.
Because when
Wow.
you did the gluten versus gluten-free, you did not eat syrup on your waffle.
Yeah,
when you
he was-
tried that.
Yeah.
We
right.
broke him. I get all the syrup now.
Yeah.
Nice.
well, so I mean, you guys have been at this for a while. Like you mentioned, you got in the game pretty early. You guys both have degrees in engineering, much like Seabass, our producer. This guy's got a degree in chemical engineering.
All right.
Georgia
yet-
Tech, yeah.
And yet here he is producing this radio show. You guys have these great degrees.
Well,
Meanwhile, you're playing a pig's anus like a flute. And
Eating sperm.
eating cod sperm.
Yeah, yum.
we knew that the most direct path to entertainment was engineering degrees. So that's what Rhett's dad told him. So that's why we did that.
So this whole thing started by making these commercials for places like Donut Prince.
Donut Prince down the street.
Down the street from where we are here
Don't
in
get
Burbank.
a divorce, get a donut.
Get a donut.
Right? I mentioned the Coleman liquidation trailer, or, the mobile home place where
Yeah, Robert Lee.
Robert Lee from Coleman Liquidation. Yeah. Some have stains. We cover that up. It's so funny, man.
I miss that guy.
Yeah, so that's where this whole thing started, right? Like making these commercials for these real businesses, but these like crazy, over-the-top, funny commercials.
Well, we started making music videos like the Facebook song, or just think Lonely Island, which we still do a good amount of that. Just fun, funny music videos. But yeah, the local commercial series on our channel is the first thing that blew up, turned into a show on IFC. That's what moved us out here to California 6 years ago. But yeah, we did the Red House Furniture, where black people and white people buy furniture. And TDM Auto Sales, where Rudy, the Cuban gynecologist, American auto salesman, worked. I mean, we didn't make this stuff up. We just met people and fashioned the commercials around what we met. So Robert Lee, we didn't tell him to chop down the tree that was impeding his mobile home being moved in, using one hand on a chainsaw. He just did that.
It's all very natural.
We just captured us. Like, wow, this guy is amazing.
So at what point do you quit the jobs that you had? Like what were you doing before you started doing this full time?
So, we were doing engineering for a while, and then in going way back to like 2007, I think, we already had rhettandlink.com because we thought, we got to do something with this internet thing in comedy. But we had no avenues. We had no idea how to get involved in entertainment. We were in North Carolina at the time and had no aspirations to move out of North Carolina. But we ended up getting asked to host this very horrible internet clip show on the CW called Online Nation back in 2007.
Okay.
Just because we had some internet videos on our website that, they were just looking for content to do basically the internet's version of America's Funniest Home Videos, but still on television.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of like, it's like a Tosh.0 before
Yeah.
Tosh.0,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But much worse than Tosh.0.
Okay, cool.
And we thought we'd made it until it got canceled after 4 episodes.
Oh, no.
But we had already kind of committed to this thing, and so that's when we started doing the YouTube thing full time, and then eventually led to the local commercials, which moved us out here with the show on IFC. And then once we got out here, we got one season on that show, but then we were like, what can we do that is a more regular connection with people? Like there's a lot of these people doing daily vlogs. We didn't want to do that. We didn't want to do this thing where you followed us around. I watched some of that content, and it's crazy popular, like people who kind of let you into their family. But
I didn't want to have Rhett come into my bedroom, sit on the end of my bed, and let's vlog into a webcam. It would just be weird. My wife would not love it.
Yeah, we wanted to make a show.
Right.
So that's where Good Mythical Morning came from, and it just started as the two of us sitting down and talking about whatever we wanted to talk about that day, and it slowly evolved into the games and the ridiculous stuff that we do every single day.
We're here with Rhett and Link. You can find them on Twitter, Rhett and Link, A-N-D. Of course, their website, rhettandlink.com. They have a new show. It's called Buddy System. It's available now on YouTube Red. Of course, Good Mythical Morning, which 3.5 billion people know about.
I love it.
Which is insane. One of my biggest questions is, at what point, like, how many views do you have to start having, or followers or subscribers, whatever, before you start making legitimate money, like enough where you can really live comfortably?
Well, it's kind of a difficult question, because what we ended up doing is, with every sort of level of success that we've gotten, we've just made the whole operation bigger, and so we keep putting the money right back into if we got over 20 people on the team now, and we're just kind of building a production company to help us do what we're doing. But we started to be able to think about that about 4 years ago, and at the time I think we probably had about 1 million subscribers on YouTube at the time.
So that's awesome.
But what is living comfortably? I mean, is that
depends.
Walking into a convenience store and saying, I'll take all of this candy. I want this whole rack.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I would say, like, being able to quit your engineering job and go play on the internet and eat, full
time.
What do we say?
Eat
Cod sperm.
Eat some sperm.
Dumplings.
Yeah, that is
For a
it.
living.
I mean, yeah, we've got a pretty great job. I mean,
And you don't work for anybody, which is great. And that's the most appealing part to me about, we don't have to deal with our program director or
Worst.
any of these other people or, commercial breaks. You just do what you do, and then people tag an ad on it, and then there's a check that arrives, and everybody's happy.
It's that simple.
if it were,
Yeah.
It is.
You just turn on the camera and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just have a great time. Rhett and Link are here. So tell me about Buddy System real quick. The new show on YouTube Red.
Yeah, so we've always wanted to do something that was, scripted, something that was more story-based, going way back to when we were kids, and we've known each other since we were 6 years old, but we wrote a screenplay together when we were 14 called Gutless Wonders, which was absolutely horrible. And we actually read that online a couple years ago. But we've always aspired to create, comedic films, TV shows, and that kind of thing. But, the way that YouTube works, like you're saying, you kind of got to do something that's really cheap to make but can generate a lot of views, and that's when you do things like eat cod sperm. But if you want to do something that actually has a budget behind it and looks like a TV show or looks like a movie, you got to have somebody to finance it. So when YouTube came up with this program, YouTube Red, the subscription service, and they were actually giving people real money to make real shows.
and let me clarify, it's not YouTube bread, like a loaf of bread. It's the color red.
Like red.
Yeah.
As in your skin after maple syrup is applied.
Right.
Yes.
Red.
Red.
Yeah. So that's when we came up with this idea, Buddy System, which is essentially us playing ourselves, sort of what happens when we're not shooting Good Mythical Morning, and specifically the story of season 1 is Link losing his phone and our co-ex-girlfriend taking his phone, hacking into the GMM channel, and taking it over to sell her infomercial products.
All right.
So it's got some local commercials, some commercial flair to it, and it has a co-ex-girlfriend, which is not too far from the truth because we had the same first girlfriend and the same first kiss. 2 different girls, not at the same time.
Man, how small of a town was this?
Rather small.
Like North Carolina. All right. But it wasn't Raleigh, apparently.
No,
No.
apparently in the mountains or something.
That was a one blinking caution light.
Right.
That caution light was caution. Someone else may be trying to kiss my girlfriend.